Alright, hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today, my name is Chris, and today we're going to be going over all of the SB360 Capital Partners LLC liquidation sales, or rather sales in particular, because we have to be specific now, as of Monday, May 13th, 2024. So these are the SB360 list store sales going on. So Bob Store's total inventory blowout. These are the Bob Store's locations. So we have the Bob Store in Ansonia, Connecticut, the Bob Stores in Hamden, Connecticut, the Bob Stores in Manchester, Connecticut, the Bob Stores in Middletown, Connecticut, the Bob Stores in Milford, Connecticut, the Bob Stores in Newington, Connecticut, the Bob Stores in Simsbury, Connecticut, the Bob Stores in Southington, Connecticut, the Bob Stores in Waterbury, Connecticut, the Bob Store in Waterford, Connecticut, the Bob Stores in Attleboro, Massachusetts, the Bob Stores in Fitchburg, Massachusetts, the Bob Stores in Holyoke, Massachusetts, the Bob Stores in Middleton, Massachusetts, the Bob Stores in Randolph, Massachusetts, the Bob Stores in Westboro, Massachusetts, the Bob Stores in Salem, New Hampshire, the Bob Stores in Freehold, New Jersey, the Bob Stores in Watchung, New Jersey, the Bob Stores in Central Reach, New York, the Bob Stores in West Islip, New York, and finally the Bob Stores in Cranston, Rhode Island. Then we get to Eastern Mountain Sports. And we have the Eastern Mountain Sports Store in Danbury, Connecticut, the Eastern Mountain Sports Store in Burlington, Massachusetts, the Eastern Mountain Sports in Canton, Massachusetts, the Eastern Mountain Sports Store in Hadley, Massachusetts, the Eastern Mountain Sports Store in Hyannis, Massachusetts, the Eastern Mountain Sports Stores in Westboro, Massachusetts, the Eastern Mountain Sports in Freeport, Maine, the Eastern Mountain Sports in Portland, Maine, the Eastern Mountain Sports Store in Manchester, New Hampshire, the Eastern Mountain Sports Stores in North Conway, New Hampshire, the Eastern Mountain Sports in Petersburg, New Hampshire, the Eastern Mountain Sports Store in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, the Eastern Mountain Sports in West Lebanon, New Hampshire, the Eastern Mountain Sports in Bridgewater, New Jersey, the Eastern Mountain Sports in Deptford, New Jersey, the Eastern Mountain Sports in Albany, New York, the Eastern Mountain Sports in Ithaca, New York, the Eastern Mountain Sports in Lake Placid, New York, the Eastern Mountain Sports Store in Saratoga Springs, New York, the Eastern Mountain Sports Store in Warrington, Pennsylvania, and finally the Eastern Mountain Sports Store in South Burlington, Vermont. Then we get to the Rite Aid. So these are a lot of closings. So we have the Rite Aid Store in Bellflower, California, the Rite Aid Store in Cypress, California, the Rite Aid Store in Elk Grove, California. These are all closing, by the way, not inventory blowout. The Rite Aid Store in Enchiladas, California, the Rite Aid Store in Gardena, California, the Rite Aid Store in Hanford, California, the Rite Aid Store in La Habra, California, the Rite Aid Store in Lake Essilonori, California, the Rite Aid Store in Lemon Grove, California, the Rite Aid Store in Los Angeles, California, another Rite Aid in Los Angeles, California, the Rite Aid Store in Moore Park, California, the Rite Aid Store in Novadio, California, the Rite Aid Store in Orange, California, the Rite Aid Store in Palmdale, California, the Rite Aid Store in Sacramento, California, the Rite Aid Store in San Fernandino, California, the Rite Aid Store in San Jose, California, the Rite Aid Store in Union City, California, and the Rite Aid Store in Venice, California. And also the Rite Aid Store in Winchester, California. The Rite Aid Store in Bridgeport, Connecticut. The Rite Aid Store in Northford, Connecticut. The Rite Aid Store in Fall River, Massachusetts. The Rite Aid Store in Westminster, Maryland. The Rite Aid Store in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. The Rite Aid Store in Novi, Michigan. The Rite Aid Store in Sterling Heights, Michigan. The Rite Aid Store in Barnegat, New Jersey. The Rite Aid Store in Berlin, New Jersey. The Rite Aid Store in Hackensack, New Jersey. The Rite Aid Store in Lake Huwaithia, New Jersey, the Rite Aid Store in Marlton, New Jersey, the Rite Aid Store in Pennsauken, New Jersey, the Rite Aid Store in Port Monmouth, New Jersey, the Rite Aid Store in Sewell, New Jersey, the Rite Aid Store in Toms River, New Jersey, the Rite Aid Store in Williamstown, New Jersey, the Rite Aid Store in Amherst, New York, the Rite Aid Store in Brentwood, New York, the Rite Aid Store in the Bronx, New York, the Rite Aid Store in Brooklyn, New York, the Rite Aid Store in Buffalo, New York, the Rite Aid Store in East Meadow, New York, the Rite Aid Store in Flushing, New York, the Rite Aid Store in Huntington Station, New York, the Rite Aid Store in Lake Ronkonkoma, New York, the Rite Aid Store in Lockport, New York, the Rite Aid Store in Long Beach, New York, the Rite Aid Store Frederick Douglass Boulevard, New York, New York, Rite Aid Store in Queens Village, New York, Rite Aid Store in Rego Park, New York, Rite Aid Store in Saratoga Springs, New York, the Rite Aid Store in Staten Island, New York, the Rite Aid Store in Tonawanda, New York, the Rite Aid Store in Youngstown, New York, the Rite Aid Store in Canton, Ohio, 2 Rite Aid stores in Dayton, Ohio, Rite Aid Store in Lakewood, Ohio, Rite Aid Store in Massillon, Ohio, the Rite Aid Store in Toledo, Ohio, the Rite Aid Store in Warren, Ohio, the Rite Aid Store in Waverly, Ohio, the Rite Aid Store in Allentown, Pennsylvania, the Rite Aid Store in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, the Rite Aid Store in Exton, Pennsylvania, the Rite Aid Store in Glen Olden, Pennsylvania, the Rite Aid Store in Kent Square, Pennsylvania, the Rite Aid Store in Media, Pennsylvania, the Rite Aid Store in Mooresville, Pennsylvania, the Rite Aid Store in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Total of, that's the first Rite Aid in Philadelphia, so a total of 7 Rite Aid stores in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 1 Rite Aid store in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 1 Rite Aid store in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, Rite Aid store in Pottsville, Pennsylvania, 1 Rite Aid store in State College, Pennsylvania, Rite Aid store in Steelton, Pennsylvania, Rite Aid store in Wayne, Pennsylvania, Rite Aid store in York, Pennsylvania, Rite Aid store in Norfolk, Virginia, Rite Aid store in Richmond Beach, Virginia, and finally 4 Rite Aid locations within Virginia Beach, Virginia. So that's a lot of Rite Aids. Then we have Old Time Pottery. These are the locations that are closing. The Old Time Pottery in Foley, Alabama. The Rite Aid store the Old Time Pottery store in Pelham, Alabama. The Rite Aid store and the Old Time Pottery store in Newport Richey, Florida. The Old Time Pottery store in Orange Park, Florida. The Old Time Pottery in Tampa, Florida. The Old Time Pottery store in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and the Old Time Pottery store in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And then we get to JCPenney. There are right now 2 JCPenney stores closing. We have the JCPenney store at the Pear Tree Center in Ukiah, California, and the JCPenney store at the Crystal Mall in Waterford, Connecticut. Both of these stores are expected to shut down by May 26th of 2024. And then IDES, this is just about fixtures, furniture, and equipment. So anyways, guys, those are all of the SB360 Capital Partners LLC liquidation sales as of Monday, May 13th, 2024. Link to the SB360 website will be located in the video description below. And that will be it.